TWM podcast.
What's your favourite part of the WrestleMania weekend? Is it the numerous indie shows that spring up around it? Is it the sense of camaraderie that you get being around all like-minded people, all there for the same reason? Is it the event itself? No, for me, it is the Raw After WrestleMania. And it is mostly because of the huge, rabid crowd that demands nothing but the best. Hi, my name's Joseph, and this is Raw Talk. Here we talk about Raw. It's very, very odd, but, you know, you wouldn't be able to surmise that from the title. And we're part of the TWM Wrestling network of stuff and things, stuff being all of the written content, articles, news reviews that go up on twm.news, and things being podcasts. Podcasts go out on anywhere where you can get podcasts. So I'm going to pick two out at random. I'm going to say Acast, I'm going to say YouTube. Yeah, those are the two I'm going to say at random. TWM is brought to you by some, power things, but I think I'm going to introduce people first. Firstly, we have somebody who we very much missed. Very much missed last week. She was away on assignment, and now she's back. I'm really, very glad that she's back. I am here with the Shayna Explainer, Victoria. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. You okay?
I'm okay. Secondly, we have a person who said it was going to be a one-off and has since been on, if I count correctly, 3 audio things in the space of a week since saying he was going to make one guest appearance. That is right. I'm not reading his entire intro out, as amazing as it is. I'm just going to say it's the Bandido Standido. Lawson has joined us again. Lawson, how are you?
Yeah, fine. Napped today, so it's a successful day.
Napped today, so it's a successful day. Also, Tom's here.
Sup?
Right, we have some housekeeping to do. We do have some housekeeping to do. TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport. It's an app. It's an app where it finds you venues to watch your favorite wrestling events. Yeah, every week I do this, I just feel worse. But they are putting up
part of your soul is just being taken away.
But they are putting up constant content to keep you occupied during these unique times, and that includes content from your boys at TWM Wrestling. So go and check them out at We Love Sport UK and on welovesport.co, which still doesn't sound like a full website to me. Is there anyone else who wants to tag in and do this last one? I can't remember who would.
You know what? I think I've got something to say about one of our fellow sponsors as well. Yeah. And that is WrestleCrate.co.uk, the UK's best postal service surprise wrestling crate that you can get. And as they are sponsoring us, we do have a great offer. If you type in TWM Wrestling at checkout when you first sign up, you won't get one free item for 1 month. You won't get one free item each month for 2 months, but you'll get a free item for 3 months. That's free items. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3 from companies such as WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor, NXT, all these companies, including quite a few indie promotions in the UK. Just put in TWM Wrestling at checkout when you first sign up for a free item for 3 months in each box. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk.
Wonderful, Tom, great tag team work there, honestly. It's almost like we've been doing this for months. Anyway, how is everybody?
Good.
Yes.
I've decided to invest my time by learning how to invest my money. I have no idea what I'm doing.
If I was a rich man, fa la 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 la. Yeah, but if I was a rich man, then honestly, we'll get to it. Let's get on with Raw. A Raw After Mania, this unique, requires a unique approach. So that's basically my ham-fisted way of saying I haven't taken notes again, so we're running through in chronological order. Because there were a lot of matches on this show, and we're just going to have a chat about wrestling, which is what we're here to do. Let's start from the very top. We start off with a recap about Drew, but we'll get to Drew in a bit. The first match, I feel like this is a sign of the trust they have in her. Asuka came out as the first wrestler on the first Raw after WrestleMania. Victoria, what did you make of that?
Yeah, I liked this. It wasn't the opening I was expecting, but I liked it and I actually enjoyed the match, even though on the shorter side. I liked this a lot. I think Liv's had a great few days.
Yes, she has.
And I can't wait to see more of her because she looked great in this match. She looked really good.
Yeah,
so I'm waiting to see even longer matches.
How great did she look, Lawson?
No comment. I plead the fifth.
Honestly, I will say that these guys helped get me through what turned out to be a wonderful WrestleMania weekend. But the private Discord we made, if you saw the messages, oh my god, cancelled faster than you can say. Liv Morgan was beaten by Asuka after submission. Tom, what did you make of this match?
It was nice and short, nice little opening to Raw. We didn't obviously get an in-ring promo, which is very, very different, even for a Raw with a crowd or Raw without a crowd as well. And it showed off that Liv Morgan is really coming along in the ring, and obviously the ring general in this as well is Asuka, again showing exactly what she's about.
My favourite thing is somebody pointed out that all of Liv Morgan's, who was it coined 5 moves of doom? Was it Bret Hart? Like a couple of her new 5 moves of doom are basically just all Stardom moves, and she and she took the code breaker from Chris Jericho. Basically, what we're saying is Liv Morgan says, "Watch Japanese wrestling." Working with...
I do have to say, her code breaker though, her version of it, bouncing off the rope, it's lovely.
Yeah.
Rana the outside as well, when Asuka was on the outside, and with their style and did the Hulk and Rana was impressive.
Yeah.
I thought that sequence was great as well.
Honestly, I'm just going to be completely honest here as a person. As a promo guy, I'm sat here at this table with 3 people who know way more about actual wrestling than me. I'm just going to defer to them. Let's move on to the most convoluted segment of all time. Okay,
and that's after the Firefly Funhouse.
No, I said convoluted. You know what? I'm exaggerating, but this was needless. A lot of this was needless. Right, we start out, right? We glossed over a bit, actually. We glossed over it. We saw a recap of Becky Lynch beating Shayna Baszler. It's a nice touch that Becky Lynch beat Shayna Baszler with the same pin that Shayna lost her NXT title to the first time with Kyrie, I believe.
Yes, Kyrie, and calm, Victoria, calm.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We see Becky Lynch basically cut a promo saying, "Everyone underestimates me, I'm still champ, I honestly, it's really obvious who the next feud is going to be, but we'll get to that. And Ben, Victoria, the floor is yours about this Shayna Baszler promo.
No, I like the close-ups, but that's just me being pervert. But
so that's Lawson cancelled, that's Victoria cancelled. How am I the last one standing?
Well, we cancelled you already when we called you Blampier for an entire hour.
Oh, yeah. Okay, carry on.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I kind of, even though I wanted Shayna to get the on Sunday? Was it Sunday? No, it was Saturday.
It was Saturday, I believe.
I liked the it was different from what I expected. But yeah, the promo was.
Lawson, what did you make of the promo?
It was. I think you needed something after the match, and I think with them carrying over with it, it's there's more legs to it, and I think that's all it needed to be for. Yeah, I think they both prove what they needed to do with it. Yeah. Simple as.
100%. And Tom, do you have anything to comment? Where do you think that they go from here with Shayna and Becky?
Honestly, I'm trying to think of, like you said, it's obvious who the next challenger is going to be. In my eyes, there's only now one. Oh, yeah, no, of course, she's...
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, I went blank, and now I regret.
All right, let's move on to what I call the most convoluted segment of all time, because here is one of the potential challenges, making her debut on Raw, because we'll start off. The Street Profits defeated Angel Garza and Austin Theory by a disqualification. Lawson, did you notice how half of this match was exactly what they did yesterday? Well, so yesterday would have been 2 days ago.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, you can't really hide it now with everything else that's gone wrong. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like all four guys, and I think they're all talented, but I mean, the amount of rematches that have happened in Mania history and the Raw After Mania now, you can't count them on one hand, so it's just one of those where they just haven't had time to either come up with different spots. I don't know, but yeah, it is recognisable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's almost like the lack of crowd threw it into sharp relief. It was really obvious. Like, they opened the exact same spot. Like the Street Profits opens with the exact same spots that they did on the second night of the Mania. Too big for one night. But yeah, DQ'd. Zelina Vega gets involved, starts touching on Montez Ford again, and down comes the future of the company. Right, Victoria?
I love her. I really do. I love her. It was because the women's division had a great showing overall at WrestleMania. Again, they had it was pretty big last night, I guess.
Yeah.
But they should have just gone straight to the 6-person tag. Like, they didn't need to do anything else.
Yeah.
They should have just gone straight to that, or Zelina.
Yeah, or let Bianca have a decisive win, singles win. Yeah. But anyway, we are getting ahead of ourselves. Bianca Belair defeated Zelina Vega. Was it via pinfall? I swear down, it was no, it was a second DQ.
No, it was
Matty made a mistake in his notes, and I've got to go back and change it. You love to see it. What?
Yeah, 2 DQs.
Yeah, second DQ. I knew intellectually it was second DQ. I'm just reading the result off. Teach me to trust anything, anyone. Don't trust anything you see on the internet, people. Right, and then obviously we get the 6-man tag player. Teddy Long had a massive erection during this entire segment, and he has no idea why. Just him raising the roof, just imagining him watching TV in that awkward way that wrestlers do, just raising the roof.
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, but long story short, the Street Profits of Bianca Belair won because that was the only way that this was going to go. That's it. Like, Bianca Belair also cut a promo in the middle of this, basically saying she was on Raw,
she's the NXT of WWE.
Well, she's the EST of WWE.
EST, but I said NXT.
Yes, you did. The NXT of WWE.
There's been a lot of wrestling over this weekend.
Listen,
I want to ask one thing though. Has she actually washed her hands now? Because she kept on brushing something off them every 10 seconds.
Hey man, you don't have a go at Randy Orton's for the release the doves thing. Yeah, she just needs to get it over. It's difficult. It's difficult to get things over in a big arena when, I don't know, you're not wrestling in an arena full of people.
I was watching it though, and just every 5 or 10 seconds in the match, I was just love, what's on there? Come on.
We all have physical tics, I say, as I pour myself my 3rd glass of wine during this recording. Anyway,
that's not a physical tic.
Anyway, let's move on. Aleister Black continues his streak of beating up black people. Honestly, if he gets to another one, I'm seriously going to start asking questions.
Lawson, trust me on this. Just take a back seat for this match, okay?
Oh no!
Yes.
I was looking forward to talking about that one.
Yes, no, seriously. 3 jobbers, Lashley, and then Apollo Crews. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot, right? It's a lot, right, Victoria?
Okay, yes. Aleister Black apparently likes to beat up certain people, allegedly, how it is described on TV and how it looks on TV. Can we just remember that he beat Eric Rowan a lot, please? Thank you. Yeah, so he also hates gingers.
Oh, jeez. Anyway, to be fair to them, Apollo Crews had an excellent showing during this match.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
It was great
I'm
to
so
see.
happy with that guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was great to see Apollo actually get time on one of the main shows and to show why, when he first joined the company, everyone was so hyped up for him, why we all loved him, and then apparently he became a charisma vacuum. But he showed a lot during this match, and especially with the selling of the knee.
Yeah.
And it's getting that time to do so. Even he was selling it well. He wasn't doing it too much, but there was definitely spots where, just his standing moonsault, standing shooting star press. I've always been a fan of it. But the way they worked the leg, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
And Victoria, what did you think of the match?
Yeah, I really liked it. I do want to see more of him. I don't think we're going to see much more for a while. But if they can just kind of put him in these matches every now and then, just to kind of remind us just how good he really is, then that's something. But yeah, when he came out, I was just thinking, another.
Yeah.
Alistair's face in. Like, just leave us alone.
I already resigned myself to thinking another one, but my thing is, I did notice that they said, commentary explicitly said that his time with SmackDown, his draft with SmackDown had run out, and he was back on Raw. And this one is one for Lawson. Unless Vince fucks on us, sorry, no swearing, but still, unless Vince fucks on us, we have all the members of Monster Express on one brand.
I didn't think of that. Oh. No, I didn't think of that before you said it. Now it just has to happen.
Going to need 5 minutes.
Oh no, that needs to happen now.
Yeah, I know.
God damn
it. Yeah.
2 seconds.
It's not often that I out indie wrestling Lawson, but here we are chatting.
So who have we got? Because I'm not actually familiar with. Okay, so Ricochet, Tozawa.
Well, I thought there were only 3 members.
I know, my mind's gone back.
It's Ricochet, Tozawa, and Apollo Crews.
I'm looking at incarnations, and one incarnation says Anthony Nese.
Ooh, that could be fun. Well, one thing I know is that apparently Akira Tozawa, Ricochet, and Apollo Crews, Uhaa Nation, all once shared a flat together. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, that's one cool dude flat.
That is a cool dude flat. All right, we got...
Okay.
You get your match to Joe anyway, because Ricochet was on that and went over, so you had Ricochet and Alexander bringing it back for the people.
Yeah, it's true. We did, but we are glossing over the... we don't need to talk about a recap of the longest match of all time. Needlessly long. But yes, Vince has 2 flippy people of color that he has no idea what to do with. So he put them in a tag team, and they beat Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. If there was ever any time to subvert the squash match thing, this would have been the time, because as we know, the Raw tag team division is decimated. It's been decimated for God knows how long. I mean, let's be honest. But like they had some teams with some credibility, and now it's all gone. Like you've got Anderson and Gallows, you've got slapped around by The Undertaker for like the last 3 months, right, Victoria?
Yeah.
AOP were being built up as disciples, but now they're injured, right, Tom?
Correct, sir.
And like who we got left, Lawson? Like
War Machine.
Oh yeah, we got War Machine, but like we haven't seen them all Mania season. They're clearly. What was that, Lawson?
Is War Machine gone nowadays?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're quarantined.
Oh, fair enough. We'll let them off then.
And and after that, who's left? Flipping the Edgeheads. Oh, right. But yeah, Ricochet and Cedric Alexander beat only Lorcan and Danny Burch. I think I like Lorcan and Burch. I really, really like Lorcan and Burch. I really hope that they are successful. I think as a team, they are greater than the sum of their parts, and they could be money on a brand. Who knows which one though? We see Kevin Owens promo, which is great. Yep.
Good promo.
Yeah, good promo.
Filmed by his wife.
Yep. Filmed by... Oh, you know that for a fact, do you?
Yeah, he posted it on Twitter. He went, this is my favourite promo I've ever done, mainly because it was videoed by my wife on her fancy new camera.
That's lovely. That's truly lovely. And
we all know what kind of family man he is.
I know that, but like it's still lovely.
Yeah.
Like that it's endeared me to that promo so much more. But yeah, it was a beautiful full stop on the feuds that Seth Rollins has, and basically it was just like a voiceover at the end of a superhero movie. I will be the hero that they need, but not the hero that they deserve, or something. I don't know. Like,
very nice.
Yeah, I don't think I got the quote right. I'm way better at Bane anyway. Yeah, so you know,
who are you, sir?
But it was very, very clever because they showed the fortunes of one person from this match from WrestleMania, and then immediately cut to the fortunes of another. Seth Rollins squashed a jobber. Sorry. Denzel Janat.
Yeah, there's nothing much else to say.
Yeah, like honestly, and he looked so angry doing it.
I liked how the anger really shown.
Pardon?
Really expressed it.
Yeah, really expressed it really well. He walked down there, looked mean, beat up a guy about a foot taller than him, stomped his head into the mat, wished it wasn't a black guy again because he's got previous stomping people's heads into mats. Who remembers Seth Rollins, Big E, and Martin Luther King Day?
Oh yeah, there's a gift of it.
Yeah. Anyway, but you know, yeah, Seth was mad. And then we get a return. That's right, it is the legendary return to the main roster of Deonna Purrazzo.
See, I was so excited to see her. It was so great seeing her come up again. It was brilliant.
I like Deonna as well.
Yeah. Victoria, do you have any strong opinions on Deonna Purrazzo?
I really like her. I really like her.
Like, I'm sensing a type. Anyway, anyway, we glossed over it, but you know what? Let's talk about more good acting, because Seth Rollins really sold that. Really sold how angry he was, but Nia Jax really sold throughout this match in an empty arena. She showed off her acting chops, you know. From the moment that she walked out, I was like, why is she acting like it's not worth her time?
Because she's not worth our time? I mean, sorry.
Jeez. Like, this is the thing. I've watched an entire season of Total Divas since all of that went down, and I feel more sympathetic towards her. So I was all for wanting to like her as a face, but she's coming back as a prize-fire heel. I'm here for it. So let's tie this back to our question beforehand. We've got two big debuts on the Raw After Mania for the women's division. Who's taking on Becky next?
Oh, Nia Jax, obviously.
I was going to say, is it the EST or the Face Breaker?
No, it's going to be the Face Breaker. Yay, I'm so excited. I cannot wait. I am jumping out of my skin. Oh, I'm so excited. She is the best wrestler ever. Please stop me. Please have someone. Please stop me now. Stop me, Shmee, Shmee, Shmee. Stop me, Shmee. Don't let me do it, Shmee.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyone with the hook reference, come on.
TWM podcasts are brought to you by We Love Sport, the fantastic app finding you your nearest sports bar showing the latest WWE pay-per-views. We Love Sport has over 400 of the best sports bars and pubs in the UK at your fingertips and allows you to book front row seats, giving you the best views of the action. You can also check out what sports are being shown over the next 7 days, making sure you don't miss a second of the action. Download the We Love Sport app on the App Store or Google Play Store. Follow We Love Sport on all social media platforms at We Love Sport UK and check out welovesport.co.
TWM Podcasts have joined forces with WrestleCrate, the original and best monthly theme, monthly wrestling subscription service to bring you a fantastic deal. If you use the code TWM Wrestling when you sign up to a monthly subscription at WrestleCrate.co.uk, you will receive a free item in your first month's box. Then, if you stay for another month, you'll get a second free item. And then, if you stay for a third month, you guessed it, we'll give you a third free item. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. WrestleCrate brings you the best swag from the biggest companies and names in the wrestling world. We're talking t-shirts, photos, pins, DVDs, vinyl figures, and loads more from WWE, Progress, Shakara, NXT, Fight Club Pro, and loads more. That's WrestleCrate.co.uk and use the code TWM Wrestling for up to free items, all thanks to WrestleCrate and TWM.
There's one thing that I need to talk about in this. We see a recap of another great thing from this weekend, the Boneyard match between Undertaker and AJ Styles, and they don't really establish if AJ Styles is dead yet.
Oh yeah,
Victoria, do you think AJ Styles is like dead?
I mean,
like dead.
Like dead. Like, do you reckon they've written him out for at least a few months, right?
Yeah, he's
come back with did he have a chainsaw once in TNA or something?
I don't know.
I remember him going around backstage in TNA with a chainsaw. He needs to come back as Chainsaw styled.
Chainsaw.
I thought you were going to say Chainsaw Charlie. I was going to say completely different wrestler, completely different era Lawson. Come on.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, someone in the group chat asked an interesting question, and then I ran that question back in my head, and I'm not going to ask it. We see where the pretty boy went. Like, I was hoping he was self-isolating, but unfortunately he's on our TV screens. Humberto Carrillo is back, and he beat the tall Australian. You know, the two Australian...
Brand Vink.
Yes, yeah. I know.
There's the wide Australian and the tall Australian.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, Lawson, I had his name written right in front of me, but I just couldn't be bothered. That said...
He used to be Sexton.
They changed...
Yeah.
Wow, they changed his name.
I didn't know they changed his name either. That's why I was so confused watching it.
One thing I will say about Sexton and or Vink, if that is his real name... there's a point in this match, right? I mean, it's a pretty obvious squash. It's Humberto Carrillo and it's Brendan Vink. But there's a point in this match where Brendan Vink has Humberto Carrillo in the corner and he's just slapping him and he's yelling, "Is this all? Is this all?" And I was like, that is the biggest mood for this podcast I've ever seen.
And there's the name of the episode.
Is that all you've got, Humberto?
I've got to say one thing though, and it's to do with Raw overall. Obviously, we've heard the rumours about them maybe not being able to film Raw in the future, so they filmed a lot of segments. But if they were going to be forced to stop shooting, they would obviously going to cut a lot of segments. Now, I want to know if that was the case tonight, because it really feels like, I think there were 3 or 4 jobber matches, and it just felt really padded out with recaps as well. I've got a feeling quite a few segments may have been completely just scrapped. There was a lot of matches from Mania weekend that we have not had a proper follow-up for.
You know what I'm going to say? This entire thing felt like a 3-hour-long version of what NXT used to put out after a takeover.
Yeah. Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
So it felt like NXT UK then?
Like, Victoria, how much NXT UK have you seen?
Oh, don't. Every week I say, okay, I'm gonna. I will.
Victoria, you know what?
I will.
I'm gonna stop you there. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time.
it's no slight on the wrestlers on NXT UK. They're some of the best wrestlers in the world, but it's just the programs and such.
It's terrible writing, and somehow they've all transplanted their sense of humor away. Like as was seen on as was seen on social media this week. All I have to say about that is do. Anyway, Humberto beat Brand Vink. We're going to move on quickly. Charlotte Flair beat Rhea Ripley. We saw a recap of that. We saw Charlotte cut a pretty standard Charlotte promo, and it was the most Ric Flair promo she has ever cut. To be fair, though, like I was just like, yeah, that's like, trust me, from a guy who idolizes him, I was like, yeah, that actually hit. It's the first time that one of those has hit for a long time for me. Anyway, long story short, yeah, we're just gonna quickly run through it. There's only one more thing to talk about, right, guys? And that's Drew McIntyre's first defense of his WWE Championship.
Do you mean the elongated advert for a new Netflix show by any chance? Which I may or may not have binged completely.
I was gonna, that was my next question. I'm gonna put that question to our to the other two contributors. Have you guys seen any of the Big Show show?
Not just yet, no.
And Victoria,
I need to have a few beers first.
Yeah. Well, I am a third of the way through a bottle of wine. So let's see the way the rest of the evening pans out for me. Victoria, did you see any? I didn't quite hear you.
No.
Are you going to?
Sweet, I'm the only sad one.
Are you going to?
Yeah, I probably will. Like, there's nothing else.
Speak for yourself. I've been at work. Hi. Hi, my name's Joseph and I'm a key worker. Anyway, let's move on. It's a really long advert for Big Show's brand new Netflix show, The Big Show Show, which was made by WWE Studios, and therefore they're going to advertise quite heavily. Drew McIntyre cut his post-Mania promo.
It wasn't even
which I think I feel like if you win the main event of Mania, you earn the right to open the Raw After Mania. And that's why, like, I love Asuka, and I love that they've got that trust in her, but I feel like that was taken away from him. And I don't think it was taken away from him from WWE officials. I think it was taken away from him by a pandemic.
Yeah, I don't think that promo would have hit if in front of no one. I feel like that promo from the new champion at Mania, or the defending champion at Mania, it needs an audience, and without that, it just wouldn't have hit completely. Yeah. So I was happy with his promo saying, all right, let's pretend it's just 20 minutes after Mania, because we haven't got a crowd to get rid of, so we might as well.
Yeah.
And then the Big Show did his best Hogan impression.
Yeah. Well, he did learn from the best. I love the fact that commentary did allude to the fact that on his first night he won the title off Hogan. So it is implying that he's like, he's looking after number one, brother dude Jack. But yeah, Drew beat him after one Claymore, and the Big Show rolls out to go and go home and be a family man, quite literally.
Yeah. I think it's just showing that obviously Drew can get rid of these big men, and I feel like that's going to be a trend with his defenses now. It's just going to be larger than normal guys that he is going to kick the heads off. I mean, the only real other heel at the moment I can actually see him going against, though, it's going to be Rollins.
Yeah.
Lost at Mania.
Rollins, who lost at Mania.
But let's remember, that never means a thing. Do you remember when do you remember when Ray beat Eddie for about 3 or 4 months over custody of his child? Eddie won one match, and it's like, yes, you're the new number contender. Yeah. Batista. It doesn't matter. This isn't AEW.
Yeah, it's true.
It's your mouth.
Oh, jeez, it's true. It's very, very true. Seth Rollins would be the obvious choice, but Seth Rollins needs new disciples, I feel. If all of his are either injured or in self-isolation. Like, AJ is dead. Who else we got? I guess he could face Rowan.
Walton.
Jax.
What? Wait, what?
What? No, like you're talking.
Did you just say Rowan?
Yeah, you said larger than life competitors. Why not Rowan? And his huge, and his large friendly pet spider.
He beat him on the way to Mania. Because he beat him on the way to Mania.
Oh, did he?
And he killed the spider.
Oh, so he did. Shit.
Maybe.
Oh no, but that's no, but that's a motivation. He killed the spider. Rowan is coming.
Okay.
Well, like for me.
So who else is there possible? We got Lashley.
No, that's a really good shout. Lashley.
Leo Rush. I'm sorry, taking up stuff on top. I'm just.
You all right there? Okay.
Hello.
There we go. Clap for that.
Hello. Sorry, I went on a rant about Leo Rush taking out.
Yeah, and it all cut out, so that's good. Yeah, like honestly, like so we didn't really get an answer, but like the ending of this episode of Raw really did feel like it felt like more of a season finale than anything that WWE have done before. It's almost like they're implying that we don't know when we're going to be back. It's like, yeah, you know, the joke from the Eric Andre show. Claymore, 1, 2, 3. We'll be right back. Yeah.
They have advertised for SmackDown, and I know that's not being taped. So they are advertising a SmackDown. So unless, again, they try and get as many tapings done.
No, they've done like
NXT's been taped tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, like they've done all their NXT tapings. So I think they've got a couple more to come. We know they did this week's worth of programming, but then after that it got shut down. So honestly, it was a really odd ending to Raw. It's as odd as the rest of this Mania season. I do have one question though. It's a question that is perfectly suited to the people that we have here, right? I'm not like a huge ass fan of New Japan, right? But I did take note of what they did. I thought Wrestle Kingdom this year was incredible. Like I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought there was too much filler on it, but that's okay. You know, that's okay. Like if you're gonna advertise a 2-night event, you need some filler. It's okay. What I felt suffered was New Year's Dash. Now, I know. Now I know that this Raw is under really unique circumstances. Like I said at the top of the show, my favorite thing about the Raw After Mania is the Raw After Mania, and that's mostly because of the crowd. There's no crowd. But do you think having Mania over 2 nights going forward, which is what a lot of people would like, a lot of people have liked the way it's structured and want that to be Mania going forward, do you think that will affect the Raw After Mania?
I don't know.
As long as there's a crowd, it should be okay.
Victoria, what's your take on it?
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. It's just something to get used to. I really, really liked that it was 2 nights.
Yeah, so
I don't think it will.
Well, there we are. There you are. Because I felt that like New Year's Dash felt missable. It felt missable, but the Raw After Mania for me never is. Never ever is. I'm actually really upset that I'm trying to give up because I just conked out. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that was Raw, and that was the Raw After Mania. That is one of the weirdest Raw After Manias I think I'm ever going to be a part of, and I've not been compared to the 3 behemoths that are here with me. I've not been a wrestling fan for that long, so you know that was that like. But this is definitely going to be one of the weirdest that I've ever taken part in. Anyway, on my podcast, the podcast that I host, I like to do a thing called Any Other Business, and so I'll go to he's almost the senior member of my contributors, and I don't like calling him that. I'm going to go to Tom. Tom, do you have any other business today?
I do, and it's all to do with the something that happened on Raw that we kind of glossed over, and it's the passing down of finishers.
Oh.
Now, what we saw from Nia Jax, it was Paige's old finisher.
It was the Rampage, you're right.
Yes, and obviously a lot of people started, from what I've heard, people started kicking off on this on Twitter. So Paige actually came on and went, "No, it's fine. I've given it to her.
Oh,
she is now using my finisher."
That's lovely.
And and it's one of those things in wrestling that I really like to see. We had it happen last year with the Fiend and the Mandible Claw.
Yes.
Foley gave it to him. It happened briefly with Flair and Miz. No matter how bad the Miz actually put in the figure.
Woo!
But but it's something that I do really like to see. I mean, I'm pretty sure at this point Kane has given the choke slam to Tegan Nox as well. Wait a minute, I just heard what I said.
Yeah, you just heard what you said.
Okay, move on.
No. The flip side of this is something I find interesting that we saw on the same episode. Just to add to your point, is that somewhat interestingly, Liv Morgan did a code breaker, as we discussed earlier. It's a lovely code breaker. But I believe that Ricochet has a move called the recoil.
Yes.
And I believe that Ricochet I believe that Ricochet called Chris Jericho and asked him for his permission beforehand, and Jericho said yes.
Oh, well, there we go.
However, if you see the move that he finished the match with in his brand new tag team, that was not a code breaker, and they called it the recoil.
Isn't it?
Pardon? Yeah, it was. I don't even know what you call that move. What did you say, Lawson?
Benadryller. He used it on the Indies as well.
Benadryller, and that
last couple of years of the Indies.
And they're calling it the recoil now. I believe that Jericho is probably becoming the Judas in Vince's mind. All right.
I've got a side point as well. Sorry, it's just something I've seen, and Chris gives the other two but it gives the other time people to think. I want you guys to guess. What is, over WrestleMania weekend, what do you think the biggest viewership is on a YouTube video, and which YouTube video do you think got the highest views?
Is it Liv Morgan in fetish gear but getting stretched out by Natalia?
Vic, what do you think it is?
The Boneyard, probably.
Okay, so I'm not counting the kickoff because that's an hour long, so it wasn't the kickoff. With over 2 million views, it is a backstage segment with Otis and Mandy Rose.
Ooh, yeah, Tucky!
Just to put that into perspective, apparently that's sitting at just over 2 million views. 3 combined segments of the Boneyard match on YouTube is about altogether about 2.7 million.
Wow. Yeah.
Love. Just to brighten up everyone's day because it was the best storyline going into Mania. Mandy Rose and Otis have won YouTube.
Love over everything. Victoria, we're going to go in order of seniority on this podcast. Do you have any other business?
I kind of already touched on it, but I just thought that the women's division had a really good showing over the weekend. Like, from the tag team title match to Charlotte and Rhea, like, there was a lot to enjoy, and they had a great show because there was a time where women never had that kind of show at WrestleMania, and nowhere near that. So to see that was really.
What I appreciated is that everything that the women's division this year had, it had weight, it had meaning. Right? I mean, like, women have been showcased at Mania, but as like as fan service or the toilet break or whatever. But like everything that the women had was like cannot miss wrestling. Correct, Victoria?
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like they were given this short. Even the kickoff match with Natalia and Liv, it wasn't anything great, but it was. We had some good moments, and it was good that they had that time as well. There was a lot to enjoy, and I was looking at it and I was like, wow, there's quite a few women's matches this year, all that I wanted to watch. Yeah.
Like even the Mandy and Sonya thing has really intriguing implications. Yeah. Like for the women's division going forward.
Yeah, I loved that. Like, I loved that they had their little thing as well. And Sonya looked really good. She looked great.
Like the new China. Yeah, I said it. We're just gonna leave that. No, actually, no. Lawson, do you have any other business?
I was just thinking then, our Brand Vink discussion got me thinking of how he used to be a music video creator for the MV Zone.
Wait, what?
And he made a really wonderful Prince Devitt tribute back in the day, which is, if you can find it online, he used to be under Pink and Beautiful. And it's just his talents far stretch outside the ring. I'm a big music video guy, so, it's having extra talents like that. It's like Manju's has it. Pete Dunne used to do them. It's just, I love wrestling music videos. So it's just one of those things where to see him now on Raw is, as a multi-talented guy, is great to see.
You know what? The more you know. I had no idea about that, and that is awesome. And can I just say, this entire podcast has been awesome. It has been the equivalent of the Raw After Mania of podcasts for me to contribute to. And with that, I'm going to end it. Thank you all so much. And thank you all so much for listening. We are part of the TWM Wrestling Network. Like we said, stuff and things, stuff being written content on twm.news. We have news, reviews, interviews, all that stuff going out constantly, including reviews of WrestleMania. That has just gone by our very own Victoria. How are you doing, Victoria?
Oh, that was so long. That took so long to write both those.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of wrestling to watch. I don't blame you. Yeah, it's just, there's only one other article that comes to mind written by us, but it's super depressing, so I'm not going to talk about it. Let's go into social media. Also, we got podcasts. Like I said, podcasts constantly going out, including on places like, iTunes and Spotify. Yes. Spotify. All of our podcasts and YouTube. Go and listen to them in those various places, please, or don't. I'm not your dad. Right, let's start from new people up. Lawson, what is your social media? Do you have anything to promote?
I promote Bandito and Valkyrie every time. So yeah, follow them, appreciate them. And also Real Standito, The Real Standito on Twitter and Instagram. Pleasure. Cheers, guys.
And then we'll go to Victoria. Victoria, do you have anything to promote and any social media?
My Twitter and Instagram.
At Tezangi Victoria, I feel you. And Tom, anything to promote and your social media?
Find me on Twitter at TD Walton.
I am at Joe Kingley, and that's it. See you later.
Whoa.